Hey, Tushar, thanks for joining today's session. This is a news update I normally post with the Phirse organizers who does a lot of events and take initiative and help Phirse to move forward. So I just want to introduce you to the bigger team. Now we have got 1,000+ members globally. I remember the first day I think you joined in a Sokun event in Fremont, right? You walked
Absolutely,
in.
January 2020.
So how's your experience so far? I'm not
So,
fishing for compliments, so just I need your honest feedback that how it's going.
absolutely. So first of all, Sahida, thanks for inviting me to speak with you. It has been more than 2.5 years of my relationship with Phirse. It has nothing but been amazing. No flattery is intended, but compared to other organizations, I find the leadership of Phirse to be much more focused on supporting people instead of making this a dating group, which is a very big difference in which the group and organization is perceived as. Personally, I have met with amazing people over a period of time and how they come together to support each other. I would like to give a very specific example, which will clearly demonstrate both the spirit and the way of thinking of Firse. When our dear friend Neeta was going through some personal challenges, which we are all aware of, almost a year back last year in December and January, the way the whole community came together, it was more than a family. It looked like everybody wanted to contribute in whatever way they can. And recently we had Anita's appreciation party for those who helped her through the process. Very good example of what FitSay stands for. I'm glad I was part of that journey for Nita. And similarly with FitSay, I wanted to pick up a very concrete example which clearly shows where we are and how we basically work together.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I just like to add to that, everyone knew about Nita. Nita herself was contributing so much in the group. So we don't know a lot of stuff. We don't disclose because these are all private issues. So someone is going through that, coming out the divorce and going through depression. And, so Nita had a healing group, which kind of absolutely private. Only Nita knows who's joining, who's not, coming from Phirse. So she supported all those people, and actually no one knows about it. So that's a lot of things happen at the background because of the privacy issues we don't disclose, but it does help a lot of people. Though it looks like a party place, it is there on the fun part, means life should be fun, but at the same time, there are people suffering, and we need to be mindful that the whole purpose of this group is to support them.
That's what it is like family. She was there to give a shoulder to people who needed help. When she needed, we all came together. That's the bonding we have. And we came there because we felt it from inside. I have met with her personally to get advice from her. She's almost like an elder sister to me. I call her Nita D. So, that's the bonding we have in this organization. And that's what attracts me to the organization and hopefully will serve the members in the community in long term in the same spirit.
Thanks, Tushar, for highlighting that. Second thing, you have a group yourself, called a leadership group. So how do you say that it benefits Phirse members? What's your experience like?
Absolutely. So when I started the Leadership Forum, this was the motivation behind it. When I myself went through divorce in 2013-14 timeframe, and I was going through challenges, I wrote it on my wall. Divorce is not going to define my life. My strengths are going to define my life. And I turned the harrowing experience of going through a very complicated divorce case into leadership principles within myself and emerged much stronger. The focus of Leadership Forum is to tell everybody who has gone through the divorce related challenge that this trauma has actually sown the seeds of leadership within them, no matter what they had done before. So which means they all have a potential to emerge as a leader in whatever they are doing, at whatever level they are working at, in whatever field or company they are engaged with. That's the spirit of Leadership Forum. Now with 100+ people, we have organized almost 8 to 10 events over last 2.5 years, both myself as well as other speakers coming in. And we have been helping people not just with figuring out how to search for a job, but to how to realize their inner potential and basically bloom it. And I want to specifically call out a few people who have contributed a lot to Leadership Forum. Lavanya already has spent a lot of time in helping people with their thoughts and working our way through it. So has Chakrapani, my good friend Vikrant, Suman Saxena, Paroma Sain, and Surbhi Kaul. They have devoted their time, their energy, their thoughts, and that has helped and shaped people. The interesting thing is I want to point out that the women leaders who have contributed has actually outnumbered men. And that's one of the beautiful thing about Phirse is we do not enforce diversity; it naturally comes up. It has naturally bloomed over a period of time. And interesting enough, some of these very same people, especially Lavanya and Surbi, were involved in the whole process of supporting Nita also. So that leadership is not just about career, it's not just about people's professional growth, it's also about growing as a person and being a good member of the community. And over a period of time, whenever people have faced challenges in their career, they've hit a wall, I've encouraged them to share their challenges on the leadership forum, and you'll be surprised how soon and how many people jump in to share their experience, thoughts, memories, and provide real-time advice to people to figure out their call. And I have this commitment that anybody who has attended any of our workshops in the past, if they need help, I would be always there for them with at least 15 to 20 minutes of a call to start with. Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, I did attend few of them. I think the names you mentioned. And at the time, I was looking for also a career change, and I was looking into the leadership role, and it did really help. Listening to that, and I know these people very closely, and they're in the in the different leadership roles, been in the industry for a long time. So just listening to their insight and their kind of tips that really helped getting the next move. Other than the leadership group, I think you also do a lot of events for Phirse. Can you just highlight a few of them and how people can join?
So a couple of them. First of all, I'm very active with the hiking group. It has one of those places where I've met and talked to a lot of very interesting people over a period of time. I love golfing, so meet for golf very frequently. I want more people to come to it. Billiards has been one of my favorites. We are going to have a billiards event tomorrow on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Again in Sunnyvale, thanks to my friend Simran, who has taken the initiative. Yeah. I'm supporting her. I have myself organized it for a long period of time. Good place for people to come, meet in an informal environment, work their way through that. In addition to that, I had supported one of the events with Vikrant for Phirse startups, that I've always encouraged. So these are the kind of events which are very different, which are unique to Phirse, whether it's leadership or golf or billiards. As you said, we are not just a partying group. And these are kind of places where I've also encouraged people to come and participate with us, because in their professional careers also, if they want to do professional networking, there are some really good avenues for them to meet with people. You cannot always meet people for a drink late in the night if you want to professionally connect with them. Golf, billiards, hiking, these things are really, really helpful in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think you are posting all the events in Meetup, and people can RSVP and join.
Absolutely.
And anybody wants to help, they can reach out. Like if they like Simran has reached out, right?
Absolutely, and I'll be there tomorrow at 7 o'clock in any way and help her get started with it. Because as you can imagine, if we have to scale and grow, me and you cannot be doing every event. We have to also generate group of leaders. Just as you have coached us over a period of time, we'll do the same to the other leaders and take it to the next level.
Yeah. So one of the things I get feedback, the new members who comes, sometimes they feel that it's so big, people already know each other. So it's important that we focus on them and encourage. Like Simran is a great example. She just joined, I think maybe not even a week, but she already started hosting events and work you. That's really a good opportunity for the new members. And also what I focus on the Phirse that there are 200,000 meetup groups, right? So you go a lot of the meetup groups. I would like to differentiate that we take extra care of the new members. They should not be left alone. Like, you may probably is in the group for more than 2 years right now, right? And there are a bunch of people, they know each other. But when somebody comes new, we need to give them attention and focus them, and just to make them, means they're not like, they're welcome, and we'd include them, not only attending events, also hosting event if something they would like to do.
Absolutely.
So the other one is you are very active in the IIT and TIES, right? Yes. How does Phirse members participate in the events?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I have been a very active member of my other very different communities since my time of divorce, and organize a lot of events which are in leadership, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, as well as corporate mergers and acquisitions with organizations, different organizations of TIE, as well as IIT. And a few examples are women in technology events, on-prem to SaaS model transformation, launching a company in a new product in a new geography. I'll be playing a very critical leadership role with TiECon next year in 2023. So whenever these events are happening and I am involved, I typically post them in leadership forum as well as in home group and startup group, so that people are aware of them. Typically, these events are either free or we have discounted tickets. So Phirse members are most welcome to join. And I'm glad that when we had the IIT Bay Area Leadership Conference on August 27th, we had a few members from Phirse who volunteered at the event, and I was very happy to see them. And one of our leaders, who we call, had done a fireside chat with President of VMware, Sumit Dhawan, and we had some of our own volunteers of Phirse who were there to cheer up for her, and I was there in the audience, and it almost became like a family event. So really appreciate people who come along to these events and basically participate with us. And I'll make sure that in future, whenever we have TIE events, typically some of them are free. Phirse members know about it sooner than others, and that way they can join us.
Oh, excellent. Actually, we are very lucky to have you in the group, and that's a great opportunity for members to participate in this kind of events. Any closing thoughts on Phirse to the new members, or how the community we should help?
So I want to give a message to people, very clear, so that they understand a little bit more about the fundamental culture of Phirse. And not to renegade any other organization, but, and no flattery is intended, people need to know that the person who started, one of the keepers started this forum, which is you, was an Air Force pilot for Bangladesh who went and fought a battle in Gulf, which means you have seen real challenges and real battles in your life. And your background is not actually in organizing a drinking party every night. People need to understand the people who are actually leaders of Phirse, not just people like me, but people who have been there before me and who are coming in, are people who are real fighters in their life, which means they understand what kind of challenges people are facing and how to turn them into their advantage going forward, so that whatever separation or divorce they have gone through becomes a stepping stone towards long-term success. So people need to understand this fundamental culture and character of Phirse, which distinguishes us from most of the other meetup groups. And that's the spirit with which we live. And, we all are just a phone call away or a message away if people need any help over a period of time.
Yeah, thanks. First of all, I'll correct a bit. I didn't fight war in the Gulf War. I was a peacekeeping mission. I was there for peacekeeping. So that's the role I was. So that's what I say. Phirse is not a meetup group only. It's a lifestyle. That's why it's a Phirse life. Now, it should be a way that we start living a life, Phirse again. Now, definitely divorce is not something pretty down. And I say, and many other members with me agree that I'm very happy that it happened, to be honest.
Exactly.
If that would not happen, I would not know how to live life. I always say that.
Absolutely.
And I've seen many other members who say the same thing. So it's something start. You might, at the beginning, you might think that, okay, there's a dark road ahead, but it's really, really good thing happened, because these things, inspire you to lead a better life. That's kind of
completely agree. Completely. And I also want to tell people, which I read long time back, that, for example, if you've got a bad habit, let's say somebody is given to drinking, you want to come out of it, the last step in the process of coming out is to help somebody else come out. Similarly, and when you are part of Phirse and you really want to completely recover, in that process, at some point of time, pick somebody else who is in trouble and help them recover. Once you help them recover, your own healing process is complete. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, thank you so much. I think it's a great opportunity for me to talk to you, and I'll share this one with the group. Yeah, I'm sure they know how to reach you. You're in the home group and all other groups.
Absolutely.
Right? Thanks, Tushar.
Thank you, Syed. Thank you. Bye-bye.